This is Bonnie Barker with Bonnie Bay Crochet. I am so sorry for this technical difficulty. I have no idea what's going on. I am not an IT specialist here. All I know is that things were just not working. So hopefully you guys can find me. I'm gonna give you a couple minutes. Let's see. Let me just let everybody know. All right, so let me go ahead. I'm going to see if I can find my channel again. I'm not sure what happened there, but you know, occasionally we do get issues. So I apologize. If you commented, so thankful. I did read some of them. Thank you for that. But I've lost them in the stream. The whatever, it wouldn't boot, it wouldn't start for us, which is really unfortunate. But it is the Friday the 13th. I'm not superstitious, but hey, I mean, if that's all we have to deal with, then I'm good. Well, I just want to thank you guys for finding me. Looks like Love to Craft found me. Thank you. Hello. Hope you're having a great day. And Donna, G, and I'm so glad you guys found me. Jaden, Roberta, Love to Craft, and Angelica. What a great name. And April and Angie and Linda, Brat's mom. She says, good morning, good morning, fellow Yarnsies. Hope all is well. And Wanda and Donna and Wanda, the backwards, wrong side crocheter. Bobby, thank you for merging on over there with us, for flying with us. You know, it's really a miracle what we can do with these little devices. Excuse me, if you think about it, but they do have they do have their wanderings at times. I see the wandering goddess. Yeah, I was wondering where you were. And let me see. Let's just say hey to a few more people here since I'm already doing that. Just want to give people time to kind of get on over to the new site. We have, is it Bermuda Parker? Wow, what a neat name. And Jane and Sandra. Yes, you found me. Thank you, Jane, for being patient with that. And Lauren. Morgan, Amanda from the UK, wow, and Donna, and Suzanne. She said just switched from the other stream. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that, but you know, we're here. So I'll have to just cancel that other one out later. And I'll put the additional, you know, what do you call it? Links and everything. It'll be in the video description once I finish broadcasting. I just don't have time to do it right now. I had it all set up, ready to go on the other one, but of course that one kind of backfired on me. So anyway, we have Suzanne, Tracy, good morning, Tracy, and Abraham. She says, OMG, I finally got the notification to join one of these. Hello from Mexico. Well, welcome. Hola, buenos dias. And we have Jacqueline from LA. I think I read the other comment. You said it was nice and humid there today. Well, we've been having really hot and humid weather here too. It's definitely been a stay inside and crochet with your air conditioning on kind of a week. We have Kimberly. She says she's a new subscriber. Well, welcome, Kimberly. And Rosandra from the Smoky, Colorado. Yeah, I heard about those fires out there, guys. I'm so sorry to hear about that. And Norma Gray from Cuba. Wow, Norma, I have so many Cuban friends. I grew up in South Florida. Actually, I had more Cuban friends than any other nationality, which is kind of fun. And so you have Norma. Okay, Norma, yeah, they're our Cuban friend, and Melody. And Norma, I hope things are going well with you. I just want you to know that your country is on our hearts and minds. Just want you to know that. And we know that things are not so good there right now. And just pray that you guys will get the freedom that you long have desired. With all my heart, I say that. I'm going to say hello to Melody and Deborah. Is it Hildegard? I have to slow down and read all the letters. Thank you for joining us. Oh, thank you, Wandering Goddess. What a great name, by the way. She said, I wouldn't miss this for anything. Well, I wouldn't either. I just love spending time with you guys. Lots more people to say hey to. Dina from Kentucky, Marilyn from Virginia. Love to Craft says, I don't see any moderators yet. Yes, they will find me. Let me go ahead, now that you say that, let me go ahead and copy this link, and I'm going to send it to my moderator there, and I'm going to send it to Esther here. Okay, I'm going to send that over to them because they may have gotten a little confused. Um, it's kind of strange the way this works, but anyway. So thank you for that prompt. I love your you guys and your suggestions. And by the way, I always forget. Terry Redmond always says, "Don't forget the thumbs up." And so if you guys want to hit the thumbs up, that would be great. It helps the little bots to make this the message and the community and the fun that we have go a little bit further if you can. We have Kathy in the chat, Kathy McCoon and Angel from Texas. And yeah, Jan's good to see you, Jan. And Susan Wagner, she said, this works. Yay. I don't know. The other one just kept going in and out, in and out. Well, anyway, I'm gonna say hey to you guys. And what I was trying to say before the phone went, is that we have unfinished business from last week. Last week, due to your extreme generosity, we were able to donate $130 to the Rancho 3M Children's Home in Guadalupe, Mexico. Yay. And so I have an old song. I don't think I've done this one on the YouTube channel because it generally is done best with a bunch of other crocheters. It's one of those things that, it really does go better with the whole kind of a crowd thing, but I'm going to try to do it with just my guitar and me and some things of yarn here. And this is kind of a juvenile song. It's the song Old MacDonald Had a Farm, E-I-E-I-O. Well, I could never figure out what E-I-E-I-O meant, so we are going to substitute some fibery words into the song. And since Mr. MacDonald, the old farmer, has gotten so much airtime, we're going to talk about Ms. MacDonald. And I use Ms. because that way it can apply to either a daughter or someone on the young side, somebody on the older side, if she's a Mrs. I don't know. You use your imagination. All we know is that she is a crocheter and we're going to call her Ms. MacDonald, okay? All right. And we're not going to talk about her animals. We're going to talk about what's in her bag. What's in her crochet bag, okay? Okay, here we go. I'm going to try to remember all the words to this song as we go here. Miss MacDonald had a bag of F-I-B-E-R. Let me try this whole thing again. Get the fingers ready. I changed the keys this morning, so I'm going to go start again. My phone can do it. I can do it too, right? Okay, here we go. This is for real. Miss MacDonald had a bag of F-I-B-E-R. And in her bag she had some cotton. Here we go, cotton. F-I-B-E-R. With a dishcloth here and a dishcloth there. Here a dishcloth, there a dishcloth, here a dishcloth. Miss MacDonald had a bag of F-I-B-E-R. And that's not all she had, because in her bag she had some acrylic. Yay, acrylic. F-I-B-E-R. With an Afghan here and an Afghan there. Here an Afghan, there an Afghan, everywhere an Afghan. Then a dishcloth here and a dishcloth there. Here a dishcloth, there a dishcloth, everywhere a dishcloth. Miss MacDonald had a bag of F-I-B-E-R. This is where it gets weird. And in her bag she had some wool. Now this isn't the kind of stuff that I recommend. This is stuff I picked up on one of my travels, and it's basically steel wool. So you don't want to make a sweater with this stuff, and that's why the next line goes. With an itch here and an itch there, here an itch there, an itch everywhere, an itch, Afghan here and an Afghan there, here an Afghan there, an Afghan everywhere, an Afghan dishcloth here and a dishcloth there, here a dishcloth there, a dishcloth everywhere, a dishcloth. Miss MacDonald had a bag of F-I-B-E-R, and in her bag she had some mohair. And I got some mohair right here. That's the real fuzzy wuzzy stuff. And you know what happens when you try to rip out fuzzy wuzzy yarn? This is what happens. With screaming here and screaming there, here a scream, there a scream, everywhere a scream, itch here and an itch there, here an itch there, an itch everywhere, an itch, Afghan here and an Afghan there, here an Afghan everywhere, an Afghan dishcloth here and a dishcloth there, here a dishcloth, there a dishcloth, everywhere a dishcloth. Miss MacDonald had a bag. She had some baby alpaca. And everybody goes, ah, this stuff is so soft. Pure baby alpaca. Whee. F-I-B-E-R. With an ah here and an ah there. Here and ah there, ah everywhere. And ah, screaming here and screaming there. Here, scream there, scream everywhere. Scream, scream, itch, itch here and an itch, itch there. Here, an itch there, an itch everywhere. An itch, itch, Afghan here and an Afghan there. Here, an Afghan there, an Afghan everywhere. An Afghan dishcloth here and a dishcloth there. Here, dishcloth there, dresser everywhere. A dishcloth. Miss McDonald had a bag of F-I-B-E-R. Whew, that's a good memory song too for me. Keeps the old brain fresh. Well, I hope you like that. Just kind of a silly song, but hopefully one you can all relate to. Well, let me get back to saying hey, and I got lots of things to show you today. Probably more than I should show you on one show. It's going to be that busy, but I'm going to just try to prioritize you guys, because you're the reason why I am here. Ooh, we have somebody from Miami, Oklahoma. I honestly didn't even know there was a Miami, Oklahoma, Kathy. So sorry about that. I grew up near Miami, Florida, and I knew there was a Miami, Ohio, but Miami, Oklahoma, that is really cool. We have, Kate, Bermuda says she's originally from New York and currently residing in Alabama. Cool. They're not too far from my daughter-in-law's family in Pensacola. Depending on where you are, they call, the Pensacola, the panhandle of Florida, they call it LA for Lower Alabama, if anyone's ever heard that. Pretty cool. Oh, Phyllis Price is back in the chat. It's good to have you back, Phyllis. And Ruth and Kim. Kim says it's her first time here. Well, welcome. I hope you can come back and visit with us some more. The people in the chat are absolutely fantastic, just to let you know. Always encouraging. And we don't allow trolls and mean people here. So if people who show up know how to be nice and are just wonderful, giving, crocheting type of people. Love you guys so much. We have Grace. She says it's hot and smoky in Northwest Washington. Yeah, well, I've gotten some photos from my friend in the mountains of Colorado, and she was saying the same thing. Kind of drifts over their way as well. Let's see. I hope I don't skip anybody, and if I did, please forgive me. Hannah's in our chat. Thank you so much, Hannah, for putting up with Mom here, and for serving so well. We have Darlene from New Jersey, and let's see, Esther made it back to the chat. Yay, Esther, sorry about that. Thank you for the way you were interacting on the other site, the other attempt this morning. You were doing such an outstanding job, sweetheart. And oh, thank you, Tracy. She said, that's a lovely cowl I'm wearing. I love the colors. Oklahoma City. Well, let me go ahead and just dive right into that. That's the new design coming this Monday to the channel, to the Bombay Crochet. So if you are a subscriber already, you should get a notification. If you're brand new and have no idea what the channel is about, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That will ensure that, I think it will ensure that you get notifications when I upload things, which is usually on Mondays. It's not every Monday, although I try to make it every Monday, and I try to be here every Friday. And I do upload for right-handers and left-handers, because I know that left-handers are real people too, and don't want to discriminate in any way, shape, or form, even though they are smarter than we are. You know that, right? You all know that the lefties are smarter than us righties, because they have to live in a right-handed world, being in the opposite brain hemisphere that we all do. Anyhow, we are going to be releasing the Easy, what did I call this? Easy Mobius shell scarf. And this is done in 2 colors. And the one that I'm wearing is done in 3 colors. And I don't have the yarn. Do I have the yarn? Hold on a second. Let me grab it. Okay. Boom. Have to go over here to my yarn stash. It just so happens I organized it again. And the yarn that I used for this is very similar to what I used for the blanket. Okay, I did use the Nurturing Fibers. It's Good Loops yarn. The particular type that I used is 100% bamboo. Of course, you can use any DK weight yarn. I mean, whenever I show you, I know people always want to know, what did you use? What did you use? This is what I used. I highly recommend it. It feels amazing. It feels very silky, satiny. It is a natural fiber, so it's not going to make you sweat, like polyester might, or an acrylic would, but or at least it makes me sweat. But it's a processed natural fiber. Okay, so people are anyway. It is made from bamboo. It has been processed from bamboo, but it does have the qualities that are very much like cotton and breathable. And it's very similar to the yarn, the Eco Fusion, which I used on the blanket. I'll just go ahead and show you some of the goodies early on here, which was the blanket that was released this past week, which thank you guys for giving it viewership, because I know a lot of you have watched this. It's almost at 6,000 views right now, which is really good for the summer for a crochet blanket. So this is the Eco Fusion, which is 50% bamboo, 50% cotton. The bamboo would do just as well for this too, but it's just a very different feel. It's really nice. But let me just see the drape that's in this fabric. I mean, it's not like it's nice and drapey. It's not like the real stiff type fibers, if you know what I'm talking about. And once you crochet with some of these finer yarns, I tell you, you will get spoiled, like I have been spoiled. um, and then when you go back to the dollar store, or I should say the cheaper kind of yarn, it it's a sacrifice. But I understand, you can't use the fine stuff for everything, and I certainly don't, because I like to use the acrylics and all of that, like Ms. McDonald. I love to use easy to wash, easy to care for acrylics for the big projects. The big projects that are going to be put on the floor around your Christmas tree, or the projects that are going to serve your family for the next 20 years, by keeping them warm when you're watching a movie at movie night, or just, sitting around, with your loved ones. So, I mean, there's a place for everything. So I don't want to come off as a total yarn snob. I'm not, I promise. But I do appreciate the finer things in life, for sure. Let me go ahead and just say hey to a few more of you. Again, if I skip you, I promise it's not intentional. I'm just a human. But I'm going to try to hit on as many names as I can, because I just love the fact that you guys are here. We have Harriet in the chat again. Yes, Harriet. I think I told you the last time, that was my mother's name, and that's just such a special name to me. Thank you for being here. And Phyllis Price and Alana. Oh, and Harriet is from Michigan. Very cool. My mom was from Ohio, so not too far from where you guys are, just a couple states over, if I'm getting my geography correct. Yeah. Oh wow. We have Hannah just commented. We have Nasira from Algeria. Wow. That is so wonderful. Thank you for joining. I probably mispronounced your name. Forgive me for that, but I am so appreciative that you're here. That's incredible. And Emmeline, I know I mispronounce her name every time too, but thank you for being here. She sent in the most beautiful crocheted items this week. I hope you guys saw them on my Facebook page. And she did the sweater behind me. She did something really creative. I'm gonna brag on her a little bit. She's my friend from Switzerland. She did Bonnie's Aran cabled sweater, but in place of the honeycomb here, this motif, she added the large cable here. I don't know. Can you see that? Can you see the large cable? Okay, well, anyway, she added that because her husband said, I want that cable instead. And she's just smart enough to just substitute it in there and sent me a picture, and it looks fantastic. So thank you for doing such an outstanding job on that, and for making me look good. Thank you so much. And we got so many comments here. Okay. Thank you guys for that encouragement on the song. That was just so much fun. And for putting up with my lack of chord changes at the beginning. That just shows how little I practice these days. I'm backing up here so I can get to where I left off here. We have, is that Mary Lee from South Dakota? Wow. Oh, she got the booklet. Thank you. That's great. I'm glad you got that. Um, wow. I would love to go to South Dakota sometime. And we have, is it Darlene from New Jersey? Um, and let's see. Okay, I went back too far there. Oh, wow. Deborah Wood said that it's hot there and the heat index is 106. Ugh, don't look at the heat index, Deborah. Don't look at it. It just makes you hotter. I promise. Wow, that's awful. And let's see. Let's see. Thanks for being patient with me, guys. Abraham says, just finished the Celtic part of the Celtic cable throw. Yay. And we're still friends, I hope. I know that stitch can be a real stinker when you're learning it, but I think it's worth the fight. It's worth the ripping out, which I know is hard to do. Got a song about that. We've all done it, but I think it's worth the fight. Learning hard things. I mean, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos with my son and husband, and they're really into the SpaceX rocket. I don't know if any of you, because I know it's nothing to do with crochet, but I don't know if any of you all are watching what's going on with the I guess they call it the Big Falcon rocket or the BFR and all that stuff. And there's a guy named Scott Manley, and he's really smart. He's a rocket geek, and he has this channel. And if you really want to learn more than you ever want to know about rocketry, check out his channel. Tell him Bonnie sent you. He's not going to know who I am. But anyway, but we've been watching that and taking in a lot of that. And where am I going with this? But anyway, it's just really, I just lost my train of thought. It just derailed. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I guess now I remember, is learning the Celtic weave in rocketry. Okay. Definitely the Celtic weave is not rocket science. Okay. But I guess what I was trying to say is these people are just brilliant and they love what they do, but they had to dig deep, to get there. They didn't just wake up one day and say, "Oh, I'm going to build a rocket." I mean, they had to learn a lot of stuff, and I'm sure it was very painful. I've been through those math classes in school, and a lot of it was painful. I mean, some of it was enjoyable, but sometimes with crafting, even sometimes there is that intellectual hump you got to get over. But once you get past it, it's like, what was the problem? But I do sympathize for you if you are in that learning stage. I'm sitting patiently with my guys through all these rocketry things, and um, I'm learning a lot, but there's a lot that goes over my head for sure. But anyway, bottom line, yeah, it's worth the fight is the whole point, I guess. In learning new things, I think it's worth the fight. I'm preaching to myself as I say these things too. Sometimes I need a kick to get going. Oh, and Deborah says she is new to the site. Well, Deborah, welcome. I hope you find what you're looking for. I hope you can find some friends here, and I hope you enjoyed the time with us. And we have Francine from Belgium. Wow. And Patty. And Creatively Tracy is here from Pennsylvania. Cassandra, she says the first time, another first time. Yay. Well, welcome. I'm so glad you newbies are here with us. Uh-oh. And Swati, our LA friend, says, hope everyone is well. I'm having a medical procedure done this morning for biopsies and a little nervous about it. Oh my goodness, Swati, I am so sorry to hear that. I hope it's negative. I hope things go well. I know my sister has had biopsies in the past and everything turned out okay. So I will be praying for you, and I know many of these people in the chat will also pray for you. So just keep in touch and let us know how we can, help, encourage, and pray for you in the future here. And let's see. Thank you, Wanda, for praying for Swati. See, you got such good friends here. And Terry Redmond's there. Hey, Terry, it's good to see you in the chat. I still didn't get your address this week. I don't know if you forgot or if it got put into a box that didn't come to me. But if I'm still waiting. If you want to send me your address, please send it to me. I will be glad to send you that book that you won a couple weeks ago. I would love to do that for you. Um, and forgive me if I goofed up on my end somehow on that, because I will admit to it immediately. Since I'm kind of a one-man band here, except on Friday we have Esther and Hannah helping, which is fantastic. Thank you guys. Gosh, you're so sweet. Praying for Swati. Such a great response. Oh, we have Lynn Geider in the chat. Hey, Lynn, my encouraging friend from Chicago, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. And April, I love your comment. I love it. Go fiber. Yes. And we know the fiber we're talking about, right? Yeah. Wanda Gordon says, I don't have a lighter, but I'm holding up my hook. Well, if we ever get to do some of these songs again at a crochet conference, definitely bring your cell phones. We used those cell phones as lights one night, and we were waving them back and forth towards the end of the evening. That was so much fun. You know, silly, stupid fun that only crocheters can really understand. But you guys are so good. Let's see. Oh, we have Sonia from Brazil. Well, welcome, Sonia. Wow, all the way from South America. So you guys are having winter, and we're enjoying the extreme heat of summer. Wow, wrap your head around that. That always boggles my mind. And oh, thank you guys. Your encouragement is just amazing. And we have, is it Debjani? I'm probably not pronouncing that right. Is it Debani? I don't know if the J is silent, but either way, welcome. I'm sorry I messed up your name. Oh, thank you, Anne. She says, best song yet. Sometimes I wonder if it's just a little too juvenile for folks out there, but I spent so many years singing for preschoolers. I've got a ton of preschool songs in my head, which probably should stay in my head. Anyway, April says, standing ovation. Thank you, April. You're so sweet. And I love your comments, guys. You're so funny. Well, and somebody who's Angel says, I'm harmonizing with you. Oh, that would be so much fun. All right, thank you guys. Oh, and okay, back to reality here. Bobby's in our chat today. Hey, Bobby, it's so good to see you. That you're able to at least text us. They can't quarantine you from your computer, but it looks like he's quarantined there in the nursing home where he is in Kentucky. Pray for Bobby. I think sometimes this quarantine, locking you in your room stuff is probably more harmful than the virus, but again, metaphorically speaking. But yeah, I not a fan of that, but anyway, I do hope that they get that under control soon, where you are in that facility. Oh, we have Nicole from New York. Oh, thank you, Lauren. She said that was my first singing experience. Yeah, we whip them out every now and then. Again, not a professional by any stretch of the imagination, but we can still have fun, right? Who says you have to be Academy Award or Grammy worthy to do a song? I'm certainly not going to wait for that. We have Karen from Russell, Kansas. And Roberta Klein says, I was crocheting to the song, realized I was going to your rhythm. I do that too sometimes, crochet to the music that I'm listening to. It's kind of fun. It gets a little challenging when the music gets fast. And for another first timer, and we have Carla from the Netherlands. Excellent. Thank you for joining us. Creatively Tracy says recovering from shoulder. Say this slowly. Shoulder surgery. Can't wait to get back to crochet. Well, Creatively Tracy, take your time. Don't re-injure or make anything worse. But yeah, just take your time. Maybe you can just kind of look through idea books or something and get all things lined up, or I don't know, organize your stash. Although that would probably be the worst temptation that I could possibly do. Maybe you should just get a good book, something totally unrelated to crochet, and just get all the reading done that you've wanted to do because you were too busy crocheting. And do you ever do that? Do you guys do that? Have like a list of thousands of books that you should be reading, but you don't ever get a chance to because you're crocheting? That's me. Although I have gotten through more during the pandemic, just because I was away from my family. It's a great substitute for sleep sometimes when you can't sleep. But anyway, I do wish you the best, Tracy. I hope that healing goes lickety split quick for you. We have Donna from Moore, Oklahoma, wishing wellness to all. Thank you, Donna. Um, oh, thank you, Sandra. You are so sweet. And Liliana is with us. Hey, Liliana. Um, oh wow, Roberta says she grew up in the mountains of Colorado. Well, I'm a little jealous. I love the Colorado Rockies and the mountains there. Just so amazing, so beautiful. But I grew up not far from the beaches of Florida. Well, it was about 20 minutes ride, but I grew up in South Florida, so I probably shouldn't talk. I mean, I really miss that now. I really wish I could be near Florida. But yeah, wherever we are, whatever season you're in, just enjoy it. But I love the mountains of Colorado. Was really smitten by that when I visited only one time. Um, I am this close to signing a contract for next April. I may get to go back to Colorado. There's going to be a conference. I'll give you more details as they come out, and I'll let what the final workings are. But it looks like I may be teaching in Colorado um, the week of okay, it's April 20th through the 23rd of 2022, if nothing shuts us down. So Loveland is about an hour, 15 minutes north of Denver. In case I had to look it up on the map, so I knew where it was because I need to figure out how I'm getting there. So, yeah, um, if that's something you guys are looking to travel, or maybe if you're in the Colorado area, I would so love to meet you. I just can't wait to get out there. It's going to be so much fun. I guess I don't know if it'd be too late to go skiing out there. I probably shouldn't do that. Probably shouldn't die before the conference, but I would love to try. I would love to try to go out there and go skiing. It's only been about 25 years since I've been on skis, so that might be a death wish. But anyway, I can always dream. Um, Let's see. Oh, Jan says, Lord, send the rain. Oh, it looks like Jan needs some rain. I wish we could send you some, Jan. We have gotten so much rain here with the pop-up storms and everything. So much so that my impatiens, the flowers that I plant in the shade in front of my porch are amazing right now. They're higher and prettier than they've been in years. Probably because I wasn't here for the last 2 summers to plant anything. So the ground has laid fallow for 2 years. So I dug it up this year and got the ground ready and put some flowers in, and they look absolutely fantastic. So far, the deer have left me alone to have my flowers, but I do see them wandering my yard every now and then, and I chase them off. Them and their little fawns. Yeah, I love them. They're beautiful. The fawns are great to look at, but I don't like it when they eat all my shrubs and my plants. But anyway, um, let's see. April Hume says, left-handed folks are in their right mind. Yeah, they're the only ones in their right mind, right, April? Oh my goodness, thank you. Somebody just donated. Um, let me see. Well, I better not touch that phone because I'm afraid if I touch that phone that I'm going to be very full of regrets. Um, okay, there it is. Grace. Thank you, Grace. I'm going to have to start. We're going to start fresh for the next song. Once we hit $100 or so, we start adding again for another song. So I'm going to say that's $15. So we're at about $15 there. Thank you, Grace. That is so sweet of you. Not sure where the next donation will go. We you know what? We may just stick with the Rancho 3M. I may just stick with Rancho 3M for this next month too, because I know it's been a hard time for them, and they're not nearly as well known or as popular as the Shriners Children's Hospital. Although I love the Shriners Hospital as well, because they do so much for so many people. Well, let me go ahead and show you something else crochet related that will be coming soon. It's a preview of what's coming in September. I did finish, but before I show you the one I finished, let me show you the original. This is the Gaithersburg Stole, and I showed this to you last week. It's a long stole, and it has fringe, knotted fringe on the end. And this is a project that is in my contemporary Celtic crochet book. This is the book that came out in 2014. So it's been around the block a few times. But I'm occasionally, just when I can, put a video out to kind of, let people know that there's some other good material out there. Just because it was published a long time ago doesn't mean it has to go out of style, right? And most of the designs in here, I hope this doesn't sound like bragging. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but they were inspired by the country of Ireland. I decided to write that book and designed a lot of those things after coming back from a trip to the Aran Isles and to Dublin. And, we drove across the island, didn't go north, unfortunately. We only had time for a few days on the west coast, and then spent most of it, the rest of the time, in Dublin, but did get a chance to see the Aran Isles, and I was totally blown away by it. I can't wait to go back. But anyway, this is the Gaithersburg Stole, named after the town where I live. And the original was made with Care-On Simply Soft. So if you want something in 100% acrylic, you can use, the Care-On Simply Soft, which is kind of a light number 4, which is also referred to as a worsted weight, or in the UK, they call this Aran weight. And I'm sorry, I don't know the number of plies, because it really depends on the manufacturing of the yarn. But I know in the UK, they say, is it a 4-ply or an 8-ply? And it's like, I think it's an 8-ply, but it really depends on the yarn, how it's manufactured. But we don't really use that system here. But instead of using for the video tutorials, I haven't hidden all my knots yet, my goodness gracious. I'll try to hide that so you don't see. Instead of using the Care-On Simply Soft, I decided to try to use more of a natural fiber. So I used a different yarn. I don't have the label with me, but it's a Queensland is the brand. Oh, thank you. Is that Creatively Tracy? $9.99. We're going to just say that's $10. So up to $25, guys. Thank you so much. Towards the next song. Yay. Thank you. Get better, Tracy, please. But anyway, I use this yarn. And what I wanted to point out is when I do the tutorial, and I do talk about this, instead of using the size J crochet hook and the Care-On Simply Soft, I decided to try a natural fiber. This is a blend of mostly wool with some silk, and a little bit of the polyester is more the, it's more of a, what do you call it, like a Donegal effect. So it's mostly wool and a little bit of silk, and it has a very interesting, nice feel to it. It's a little bit of a thinner feel. It's a DK weight, or a number 3 yarn. So I took the yarn, the hook size down 1 size to a size I, or a 5.5 instead of the 6.0 millimeter. And you know what? It came out fine. I was wondering if it would be too short, if I'd have to add to it. Oh, thank you, Lauren. Now we're up to $30. Wow. Thank you so much for your generosity, guys. So all that to say is, when it comes to things that aren't fitted, like when you're not making a sweater like this, that absolutely has to be a certain measurement, experiment. And I'm going to be experimenting with, I'll show you in just a second, with some more yarn with an old design coming probably September, October. But anyway, I just love the way this came out. I'm just go ahead and put it on. Although it's very warm. This is not something you wear in the summertime, obviously, but you know what? This was fine. It's 2.5 inches shorter than this one with the yarn change, which means absolutely nothing for a design like this. Okay, and you know what? With the natural fibers, it's not going to heat you up as much. It'll keep you warm in the wintertime, but it's breathable. So it's not going to just make you sit and sweat. And if you're in my age range, season of life, postmenopausal, it doesn't take much to get me to sweat. So that's why I really steer clear of of a lot of acrylics. I don't, even if I see a beautiful summer dress on sale and, oh, I can afford it and it looks beautiful, I love the colors, I touch it and I'm like, I bet this is polyester. And as soon as I find that it's polyester, I just walk on by, because I know I'll wear it one time and then it'll be marred forever with sweat marks. And it's probably too much information, sorry. But you know what I'm saying. So to me, it's worth a little bit more to, kind of go for some nicer yarns. So if you've got some nicer yarns in your stash that you want to use, by golly, bring them out. The yardage, let me give you the yardage, because I know someone's going to want to know that. And I probably should have had that information ready so that you guys can prepare if this is something you want to, do. Okay, so let me just do this with the calculator, because I don't want to do it in my head, okay? I don't know the name. Hannah sent me a question. I don't know the exact name of the yarn. Well, I'll look it up for you, okay? Let me just give the calculation here. Okay, so Simply Soft is 315 yards. I used 4 skeins, so that is, okay. So it's approximately 1,260 yards, or 1,260 yards, somewhere thereabout is what I used, what I used for, each of these. So, and you want to know what yarn, let me look it up. I can look up the name. I don't have a ball of yarn to show you because I used them. Let's see, do I even have it? Hold on a second. You know what? I don't have that in front of me. I'd have to leave to go get it, and it's in the other room. I'm sorry, I don't have that information, but I'll try to have that for you tomorrow. It's not a real common yarn, so unless you have a yarn store, let me go get it. Let me go ahead and get it. Hold on one second. Okay. Sorry, guys, I hate to step away. It just seems kind of rude, but I wanted to get you this information, okay? This is what the ball of yarn looks like, and this is the label, and it's called the Queensland Collection. Let me take the price tag off because it's covering over the name. Okay. Yeah. It's Queensland Collection. It's called Drover, Drover. Okay. Silk, it's a merino, silk, tweed, and each of these balls has 330 yards. I used 5 of them. 5 or 6. Maybe, I think I bought 6. And this is what I have left of the 6th one. I only needed a little bit more for ball number 6. So, and this is 50% merino wool, 25% silk, 25% polyester or polyamide, they call it. And that's because of just the tweed, the little tweed look that has there. And let me go ahead and, so hopefully that answers that question. I just wanted to get that answered, and I'm gonna take this off because it's a little warm. It's a little warm here in Maryland. I'm gonna just read some of the things Hannah's been sending me. I promise you, I'm not ignoring you, Hannah. Oh, thank you, Hannah. Hannah did a Google Translate on a comment, and it says, all your creations are beautiful. Thank you for all that you bring us as happiness. I love crochet. Oh, that is so sweet. I'm not sure who that's from, Hannah. Is that from Nasirna or Nasira from Algeria? I'm not sure, but thank you for posting that, Hannah. And from Maria, says, greetings from Lima, Peru. I like everything you make. Oh, how sweet. Wow, in Lima. Wow, that is so cool. Okay, and this is from Maria. From Maria. Even though I don't know English, I try to understand it. Wow, thank you, Maria. I mean, just the fact that you're here and it's not your primary language, I am so impressed. Um, I'm going to brag a little bit. Okay, someone wanted to know what's the name of the yarn for the stole care. We got that. I want to brag a little bit on my daughter Hannah, and you can pray for her too. She's really trying hard, and she's at the very beginning, but she's trying to learn Korean, trying to learn how to read, write, and she watches Korean programs, so she can get used to hearing, what it sounds like, and she listens to a lot of Korean music as well. So she's also, kind of digging deep and trying to, improve by learning another language, which I am super impressed with. And if you've ever seen the way the writing is for, some of these Asian countries, it's beautiful and at the same time, to me personally, pretty intimidating. I did spend about a year learning, and my husband did a couple, 2 or 3 years studying Japanese, and I did learn a little bit of the hiragana, the katakana, and maybe 10 kanjis, but to be literate, you have to know like 500 kanjis, which are also kind of based on the Chinese characters. You guys probably know more about that than I do, but whew, I just learned right away that I am not a linguist. I am not gifted in languages. I wish I were, but that's just not was not part of the package that I was given. And I'm okay with that because I get to know people like you guys with the crochet, and I'm quite content with that. Let's see. Oh, I do have some other things to show you. I promise I will read through some more of your comments here, even if I don't get to them today, but I will look at those. I wanted to show you, whoops, I shouldn't show you that. I wanted to show you the knit crate that this is probably from last month. I'm pretty sure that it is. I think it is July. It was sent to my address in South Carolina, so I had to wait for Hannah to send it back, and she graciously sent it to me this week, and I did take a peek. I just need to let you know that. But before I show you the yarn, I just wanted to show you what comes in this, and this is, I'm not pushing this on you, I promise. This is just something, if you're looking for something fun and if it fits your budget. This is about, I think it's around $30 a month now. It used to be $25.99 or $24.99, right around $25, but I think they're charging a little bit more now for shipping. COVID was not kind to this company, and I think that's part of, part of that situation. A lot of people, I think, had to bail because of, the COVID situation, but the company is still doing well. They just had to raise their prices, inflation, the dollar's worth less now, so they need more. That's just kind of the way things are. But still, if you're looking for quality yarn, is even with the slight increase, it's still, in my personal opinion, or at least compared to what I have paid recently, and I'll show you some yarn. I mean, recently I bought some yarn, and what I'm going to show you, I paid more for just one of these than what's in this entire bag. I mean, that's a fact. But I was happy to do so because it's also supporting my friend who owns a local yarn store here in Gaithersburg, and it's been hard for her as well. So just like for businesses everywhere. But anyway, so with the yarn, and the way this works is they send it to you 1 pack a month, and it's around $30, maybe a couple dollars more per month. And they send you, you get kind of get like a surprise package, and you get a little booklet. It has designs in here that you can, ideas that you can use for the yarn they send you. And for example, these are the different colors that would come. You would get one of these colors, 2 of one of these colors in the package. The ones that are over here are the basics. And I'm just going to show you this. I'm not going to spend too much time. There are 2. There's a knit and a crochet project that you can make with the directions and the charting that you need that are included. And then they also get the patterns for the other yarns collections that they sell. So even if you're not a part of their sock yarn club, you still get the patterns. So you get this lovely book with, you know, at least 4 patterns, 2 knit and 2 to crochet. And actually the stole, look at the texture on the crochet stole. It looks pretty nice. So I may have to, I'm going to show you the yarn. I may have to do this. And just to let you know, in the past, people have asked me, they said, Bonnie, why don't you, you know, do some projects with your yarn in the knit crate, you know, in your stash from Knit Crate. I'm going to do that very soon. And just to show you, I have a multicolor yarn that I bought from my local yarn store, and it's a sock weight or fingering weight, they call that. And I'm going to combine that with some of my Knit Crate yarn from a previous package in the past month. So I'm going to do that very soon. I'm just going to show you in another design. I'm going to be using the Abigail scarf shawl, which you can use any yarn to make. You can make it as big or as small as you want. You can use any yarn. I stay away from the super fat stuff, the real big thicky, you know, stuff, but anything, you know, worsted on down to lace weight you can use in this particular design that I'm coming out with. So anyway, with this Knit Crate, if you have never gotten this before, if you subscribe to their service, there will be a link in the video description below once we finish broadcasting. And if you use my link and the code Bonnie20, that's BONNIE 20, all that information will be in the link shortly. That'll give you 20% off your first order. It'll save you $5 or $6 for the first order. Ooh, oh, this is cool. There's a little bottle holder for the summer. It says sip 1, stitch 1, repeat from Asterix. Isn't that cool? And oh, let's take a look at what this is. This feels lovely. And you know, I thought this was black. It looks, I'm trying to see, is this black or blue? I think it has kind of a blue hue to it when I'm looking at it on the phone, but it really is more of a black color. This is called Phoenix. Listen to this. It's 50% alpaca wool, 25% Peruvian Highland Merino wool blend, and 25% Surrey alpaca. So Surrey alpaca is a different breed than the usual alpaca, and I believe their hairs tend to be longer. So beautiful, beautiful yarn. It feels amazing. And each of these has 252 yards, so that would be a total of 504 yards. That's significant. So 504 yards, and this would be, again, for the price of, you know, in ballpark of around $30. So that, you know, if you can, you know, you cannot walk into a yarn store and get each of these for 15 each. I promise you that just doesn't happen. So anyway, if that's something you're looking for, if you're looking towards, or if you know of a special yarn friend that maybe, you know, you want to get them a special, you know, a special gift, they also have yarn available that you can buy from them at just a one-time purchase. So, you know, check them out. The link will be in the video description very shortly. So anyway, not trying to be pressure or anything like that, but for those of you who are looking to kind of break out of the acrylic world, that would be a kind of more inexpensive way to do it. And the neat thing about the company too is if you get 1 or 2 packages and you decide, I don't like this is not for me, you just cut it off. You just discontinue it and you're done. You don't have to you know, it's not one of those things that you're hooked into for a year or two. It's not like the old days of, I don't know if you remember the old days of the male pantyhose thing that they used to have. I'm showing my age here, but you know, where it takes you about 6 months to get off their list and for them to stop sending it to you. That doesn't happen here. You just, with the computers now, you just say, I'm not interested, take me off, and you're done. And that works. So anyway, I think there was one, hold on, let me check my email here. Okay, hold on a second. All right, so, yeah, golly, it's 1 o'clock already. Let me just, I want to look through and just check to see if there's anything. Let me check with my girl Hannah here and see if there's anything that I missed that I need to address. No pressing issue. Um, I saw Mrs. Mississauga. Is that Mississauga, Canada? If I'm saying that right, I need to figure out how to say that. But Yvette is joining us from Canada. Thank you so much for joining us, Yvette. And Connie from Mississippi. Um, that's probably posted that a while back. I've been chatting a while. Um, oh wow, Karen says that she got some yarn for my poncho design that was published in Crochet World. She says, I plan on starting it after I finish some sweaters for my 5 great grandkids. Oh my goodness, Karen, you are a blessed lady. 5 great grands. I cannot imagine. I'm still waiting for the first grandchild, but in God's timing. Or but wow, 5 great grands. You are blessed. You are really blessed. And Maria wants to know, is the cable sweater behind you crochet? Yes, it is, Maria. It is. It says maybe you can do a tutorial for it. I know a friend made it, but I would love to try to make one. Okay, there is a video tutorial and a pattern for this. It's not on my public YouTube channel, but it is on my Watch Bonnie Bay Crochet. It's a watch.bonniebaycrochet.com channel, which is a subscriber-based channel. I don't do Patreon right now, but this is kind of my, I don't know, kind of my version of that, as it were. But it's a place where you can watch my best content and some exclusive content that does not appear on the public channel without interruption, without commercials. There's no spam. There's no advertisement. There is information for where you can get things via links that are in the descriptions here and there, but I don't have really even a lot of that there. So it's kind of an exclusive thing for those who support me on the Watch channel. It's a $6.95 a month subscription rate, and if you subscribe for a year, it's less. It's about, you pay about 10 months, but you get 12 months of viewing. And every time I release new patterns that I own the rights to, you get those complimentary, that you don't have to pay for those. But again, no pressure on any of this. This is just for those who are willing or interested in that kind of a platform. The pattern is also available in my lovecrafts.com store. There will be a video link in the video description in just a few minutes. So you can purchase the pattern, and then the pattern will have a link where you can watch the tutorial, if that makes sense. And the same goes for the Christmas tree skirt, which has similar cabling in it. Again, these are complimentary on the site. So for the price of one pattern that you would pay for at one place, you could have a month's worth of viewing and access to many more patterns. So it's really a good deal if that's something you guys are looking for, or even looking to gift folks for the holidays. We do have that available. I think you can give gift subscriptions of that if people are really interested in taking their crochet to the next level. We do have a lot of beginning stuff on the channel as well, just like here, everything, so you can go from absolute beginner to intermediate, advanced, if you'd like. And I have I don't believe in holding people back for years on beginning stuff. I think that kills the love of crochet, if you ask me. If you make only 1 or 2 things available, it's good to get your stitches even and become consistent, and get your gauge down and all that. But once you do that, you're ready to move on. You're ready to learn really fun stuff. So I believe as soon as a person can do that, it's like, let's take them to the next level. Let's not keep them in kindergarten. Let's move on to the next grade, and it can be such a rewarding thing. Well, let me go ahead. Let's see. Oh, Terry says that she sent it twice. I'm not sure where it's going, Terry. Can you send it to, this is Terry Redmond. Can you send it to my bonniebay.com email address? I know I saw it somewhere, but then I couldn't find it again last week. I don't know what was going on. I think my computer gets mad at me sometimes. I get mad at it, that's for sure. Um, but anyway, well, let me go ahead. I want to. I see so many great comments here, but it's also 1:05, and I do need to. I do need to be mindful of your time, and I do need to be mindful of my moderators' times, because I know they don't have a lot of extra time, and Hannah's there taking care of Grandma Barker so well for us. So I wanted to read an encouraging word before we go, though. I've again been reading in the Psalms more this week, as well as in some really great stuff in the Old Testament. But wanted to read from Psalm 28, verses 6 and 7. I don't know if I read this last week or not, but you know what? It's okay, because I can read the same thing every day, and it will encourage me. And I have a couple verses here too. I have another verse I want to read to you in Psalm 30. But in Psalm 28, verse 6, it says, "Blessed be the Lord, for he has heard the voice of my pleas for mercy. The Lord is my strength and my shield. In him my heart trusts, and I am helped. My heart exalts, and with my song I give thanks to him." And then I want to read from Psalm 30. And this is, I'm going to read Psalm 30 verses 4 and 5. And one of these, Hannah, you're going to be familiar with, because we say this to each other a lot. "Sing praises to the Lord, O you, his saints, and give thanks to his holy name. For his anger is but for a moment, and his favor is for a lifetime. Weeping," this is the part that we encourage each other with a lot, because it's so easy to get sad when the sun goes down. "Weeping may tarry for the night, but joy comes with the morning." Isn't that great? I'm going to read that again. "Weeping may tarry for the night, but joy comes with the morning." And I do wish you a week filled with joy. And Lord willing, I will see you here next week. God bless. Bye-bye.